In this series of videos, we're going to introduce the major topic for our Unit 9, which is the AP Unit 7, and that's differential equations. All right, so in many real-world scenarios, we can measure the change in a quantity easier than the actual quantity itself. All right, so for instance, population gets used a lot for these. If you're observing how many deer you see, you might not know exactly how many deer are living in the woods, but one year you kind of see how many you see on an average basis, and the next year you see that you see twice as many as before. So the deer are doubling in their population. And this will give you what's called a differential equation, because you know the rate of change. Let's say y is the population. So the population is changing with respect to time, and it's twice whatever the old population was, because that's going to cause it to double. All right, so if you have some measurement about how things are changing, you can create an equation where the equation involves how the change is happening. All right, and this is called a differential equation. And the formal definition is the differential equation is any equation that involves the derivative of a function. So you have some kind of simple ones like we would have had earlier in the year, just like y prime equals 2x, y prime being the derivative, and then 2x being the expression for x. But now in this unit, we're going to make them a little bit more complicated. So now we have like y prime and y in the same equation. Instead of writing with the primes, you could also write it in this notation, just like we saw in the previous slide, ds dt, the change in s with respect to time. And then you can also have more or higher order derivatives. So this one actually has the third derivative of y and the derivative of y in it. All right, in terms of what we're going to do in this class, we're just going to look at ones where the first derivative is in the equation. At least in terms of the ones we can solve. We can deal with other ones, but all right, differential equations is an entire like class you would have to take in college. We're not actually going to go that deep into differential equations. All right, but the first thing we're going to do, and in this video is the focus of this video, is creating differential equations from a given statement. It's kind of the first thing the AP people want you to be able to do. And one thing to keep in mind is when they say the rate of change of something with respect to something else, that's going to look like this. All right, A is changing with respect to the other variable, in this case, B. So that's going to kind of tell you where your your derivative is going to go in your differential equation. All right, so all these examples are word problems. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you because you can just pause the video and read it. But the one thing you want to look for is basically what was on that last slide, the rate of change of something with respect to something else. That's going to tell you your derivative part. So for us, the rate of change of volume, just dV, with respect to pressure, and pressure was a capital P. All right, so that is proportional to the reciprocal of the square of pressure. So proportional means it's going to be equal to. Proportional means it's kind of related, directly related to this thing, but normally it's not a one-to-one thing. There's some extra constant k we'll have to put, so a lot of times there'll be this k in these differential equations because it's some proportion. Not exactly sure what the k value is at the start. Proportional to the reciprocal, so reciprocal is going to be a fraction of the square of pressure, so the pressure and square it. All right, so that's going to be this differential equation. So again, if we break down the pieces, all right, this piece, all right, the rate of change of the volume with respect to pressure is that. All right, proportional is going to tell me there's going to be this k. All right, reciprocal tells me it's a fraction, and then the square of pressure is p squared. All right, so that's all the pieces going together to make this differential equation. Again, it's differential equation because on the left-hand side we have this derivative. Again, long statement to kind of give you all the background about what everything's going on. So again, you can pause it and read through it. But again, the thing we're mainly looking for to start is something is proportional to the square root of time since the start of the run. All right, so that's kind of the main sentence that we're looking at. They give us position, and the thing they are telling you about is acceleration. So this one's a little bit different because we don't see something is changing with respect to something else, but we do know position and acceleration are related. If I have my position, I get acceleration by doing the second derivative. First derivative is velocity, second derivative is acceleration. And that's proportional, so proportional, again, you're going to get that k to the square root of the time, square root of time. Again, just taking each of those things, knowing that acceleration is the second derivative of position. Proportional is pretty much always going to give you this k, and then whatever they say after that, the square root of time in that case. All right, so this one's going to be obviously a longer statement and a little bit more work. So again, pause the video and read through it, and then we'll find out the important pieces. All right, so the first important piece I see is the population increases with respect to time at a rate that is directly proportional to the population. So right away, that tells me that this statement, right, the population is increasing with respect to time, it's directly proportional to the population. So that red line there is going to tell me that that is my kind of starting differential equation. Now they're going to give me more information, and basically the idea is now I'm going to be able to figure out what k is, because all these other ones, we just left the k, we don't know what the proportion is. But in this case, we can find k, and we're going to do that using kind of these two sentences. Oops. All right, so starting on August 15th, basically it says the conditions are favorable, so this differential equation makes sense. And then 5 days later, there's 10 million insects, and the population is increasing at 2. So what are each of those things? The change in population is our dp/dt. We don't know k yet, but we know the population is 10 million insects. So we divide that 10 over to the other side, and we get that k is 1/5. All right, so now we can actually plug that in our final formula. It's going to be the change in population with respect to time is 1/5 times p. That's this one just goes that one step farther of figuring out what that k value is. All right, here's one for you to try on your own. Again, read through it, see if you can make your differential equation, and then I'll come back and give you the answer. So go ahead and pause the video now and then try it on your own. All right, and your answer should look something like this. So we're talking about the quantity of s with respect to t. So that's going to be this left-hand side, dSdt. It's proportional, so there's going to be that k, but it's inversely proportional. So in the very first example we did, it said it was proportional to the reciprocal. That's basically what inversely proportional means. That's what turns it into a fraction. And then the natural logarithm of the quantity t. So natural logarithm of t is what goes on the bottom because it's inversely proportional rather than proportional. All right, so that is our differential equation for this example.